Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. We're glad to have you here. We're going to be discussing T-Mobile's acquisition of US Cellular. Obviously there's the advantages that this brings to T-Mobile. They're going to have network advantages now. They'll get native coverage in a lot of places they didn't have coverage before. Access to tower sites, spectrum holding, access, those kind of things. Customers, right? Because, US Cellular had those. So there's a lot to discuss for T-Mobile, but I think what's often forgotten, and this is overlooked, but it's the angle of what it does for Verizon and AT&T. Just a reminder that after T-Mobile set forward their proposal and the proposed deal to acquire US Cellular, the fire sale started. The floodgates opened. Then Verizon made a deal and AT&T made a deal, and that was to acquire assets, wireless spectrum, the thing that makes wireless networks go. Right, so they're getting additional bandwidth in frequencies that they've already deployed. So radios are already up and installed. They'll just literally be increasing the bandwidth on those broadcasting channels. So for example, if it's the AWS, the 2100, 1700, 2100, AT&T and Verizon already have those radios installed and antennas. So they're just going to go from 10 megahertz of bandwidth to 15 or to 20 or whatever the case may be, right? They're going to increase bandwidth. Could be PCS, the 1900, could be the AWS I mentioned before. There's some 850 involved, right? The low band, both AT&T and Verizon have those holdings across many of these parts. That bandwidth will increase. And obviously that's amazing because low band travels so far and tower spacing typically in US Cellular regions is quite sparse, right? So having the additional low band improved cell edge, it's going to help uplink, it's going to help downlink, just overall performance, calling performance, the tower handoffs, those kind of things. I mean, these networks are literally about to get better simply by this one small thing. Well, it seems small, right? But it's going to be impactful for a lot. So T-Mobile's coverage and network performance is going to improve with this deal. Both Verizon and AT&T will as well. US Cellular has not done a good job of competing. It's been hard. They've tapped out. I mean, they've been pretending like they've cared, but we all know the truth, and there just wasn't a way for them forward. It was just too difficult and challenging. The odd man out here is Dish. They don't see or have any benefit in any of these scenarios, right? But yeah, T-Mobile gets better, and then Verizon and AT&T both get better. And Verizon and AT&T had no interest in acquiring the customers or the retail space or the towers. They were just literally all about it for the lifeblood of wireless networks, which is spectrum, the bandwidth that they put on air to allow people to transmit data through the webs. But yeah, just a reminder, you're going to be seeing, and some people have asked about, and the shout out to Rage and Dusty, they've asked about, what happens, does T-Mobile now have native coverage in places like Maine and Oregon and stuff? Well, yeah, I mean, that's the end game. Obviously, there's going to be some network integration stuff, and there's going to be some things that happen on a tower level kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, that's the end game. The end game for T-Mobile is to have a comparable network footprint to both Verizon and AT&T in these US Cellular regions. All right, so anyways, let me know what you guys think about this and how much it's going to benefit. Maybe there's a region that you know of where the carriers haven't been great and US Cellular has been decent, and now it might be upgrading them. Let me know if that's an impacted area that you know about and you could share with us. But like, share, subscribe, check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.